evening, it's Simon again. Just thinking about this project. Many people who do these projects don't often understand the complexities of doing it because they are in love with the idea and the dream of restoring an old boat like Charles, but don't realise that it's going to take an awful lot of time, patience, tenacity to get to the finished product. Many people run out of time and also, often the case, money, which in my case, this is why I'm doing it over 3 to 4 years. It's going to be done in stages of when the money is available and also time when I'm not doing other people's boats. This is why it's going to be the length it is. However, if friends come along and also patrons help out doing this project, it may be done faster, but time will tell. But the worst part of any of these projects is normally they're taking a part of the boat in the first place, and it is soul destroyed to dismantle so much good boat building wood to get to something that would otherwise be not able to be got at because of the furniture. One of the biggest problems I found with charms so far is the different methods of reconstruction people have used over the years, and in some cases somewhat dangerous, where the joints and the planks are so much on top of each other that it's actually got a weak spot in the starboard side, and it's actually cracked 2 planks completely across their width, where the joint is so close to another plank, which when it comes to doing this restoration, we'll be trying to put in a longer piece of planks as possible and staggering the joints as far away from each other as possibly can be done given the length of the boat. Also, one thing that I think is going to be a major problem is reconstructing the transom, because it's not just one directional, it's 2 directional, in that it's double diagonal planking deck, back of the boat, but also it's curved from top to bottom and from side to side, so it's going to need a certain amount of steaming of planks to make the transom up again, and also the framework that actually supports the transom itself, which in some places has gone a bit rotten and will need replacing. Also, it appears from what I've got so far on the deck as the boat has actually stretched itself apart a little bit, because the covering boards do not fit the rest of the planking correctly, and there's an 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch gap bigger than the actual gap in the planking itself, which appears to mean that the boat has actually been unsupported at some time in the past and has actually spread the deck apart. It may be that the deck beams are rotten on the end. I will not be able to find this out until I take the deck off and actually investigate the planks and also the beams underneath, so that we'll be able to find out whether I need to replace all the deck beams or just the end sections of them. Whichever way it's going to be, it's going to take time and an awful lot of tenacity to actually get the thing put back together again, as well as can be possibly expected under the circumstances. But that's another day. But the main job this week is to actually get the engines out and lighten the load on the boat's structure, so that she can be easily transported in the new year back down to Essex, where my yard is, and so the rest of the boat can be rebuilt there with all the tools close to hand, and then that way speed up the process of reconstruction.